First of all, look at Carlos. About to drive the van over both of us.
Hi, we're Brian, Marisha, and Carlos. We're sharing Overland adventures from our 4x4 Sprinter van. Some successful, woo! And some not so successful.
We keep taking these like advanced trails with these massive ruts and rocks, and it's just not working out for us.
We're about to attempt the Wyoming BDR, and as far as we know, we're the first Sprinter van to attempt it. So can a Sprinter complete the Wyoming BDR? You'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Welcome back!
Yeah. Fourth prong, or fifth, or sixth,
I think it's the fifth. Last and final.
Wyoming. We're squeezing this one in too, so 50-50 we can get this done. It's damn close to 1,000 miles in the 900 range. We got 8 days to do it, so we got to do over 100 miles a day. We're going from the Montana border all the way to the Colorado border.
Yeah, on off-road trails through the entire state of Wyoming. Yeah. And this is a BDR trail, which is normally set for, what, like touring bikes?
Touring bikes, for overlanding trails, for focused mainly for motorcycles. They've been kind of embracing 4x4s a little bit and making some comments on whether 4x4s can make the trails, because a lot of the trails may be single track, so be aware of that. So, but they've been a little bit more open to making a comment whether a 4x4 can do the trail or not, or some bypasses and such. But nonetheless, they'll give you a great place to start planning a trip if you want to do an overlanding trip through a state.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to squeeze it in. Hopefully we can make it all the way through. Fingers crossed, better than the Idaho version. But yeah, today is day one, leg one, and they break them up into legs. So we're doing this in reverse, by the way. Most people do it from Colorado border up. We're doing Montana border down.
Because we're coming from Seattle, so we're going to Colorado, so we don't really have a choice in it.
Yeah, and last thing is all the kind of the videos we've seen so far, and I think we're the first Sprinter to do it. We'll let you know if it's sprinterable.
Our nemesis on this trail will be rain. If it rains, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Everything turns to mud, and it becomes, a lot of things become impassable, and traction becomes almost impossible in a lot of spots if it rains.
Yeah.
But the forecast is looking good. We probably won't, we have some mountainous areas, so we might run into some tree stuff, but majority of the trails are kind of in the open pasture in Wyoming.
If you plan to try the Wyoming BDR trail, here's how it works. Go to their website and download the trail map they have meticulously created. The trail covers the entire state and is divided up into sections. Wyoming has 8. The sections are spaced out for a day's ride and include waypoints for fuel, food, lodging, and points of interest. Download your map of choice, and from here, we save it to an offline map. We use Gaia. Gaia imports each route through GPX into color-coded sections, and it allows you to customize all the waypoints to suit your adventure.
Here's our start. We slept here last night. This is just outside the start of the trail. Scenery's supposed to be awesome. So, all right, let's go. Let's get started.
If you're entering into the trail the reverse direction like we did, enter via 14A. The end of the trail at Section 8 is a dead end, so it is an out and back. Section 8 is mostly a 2-lane dirt track.
Pretty awesome spot to do our air down.
Air down.
Carlos is digging it. Probably eating some sort of animal poop.
That is a 90% chance.
Carlos likes to eat poop.
Carlosy! Carlos, come! Look at you, Mr. Wildflowers.
Not even 10 minutes in and it's already...
Jesus, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's all uphill, by the way. You can't tell on these screenshots ever, but that's pretty straight up. We just passed a guy that was kind of nearing the end of the trail. So according to our new truck friend, he said this upcoming part that we're going to be on here is tricky.
Deep ruts, very rocky.
Mud.
Very muddy.
Yeah, mud's our biggest threat.
Van doesn't like mud.
No, so.
Van is okay on rocks. We can straddle ruts most of the time.
We got a little rain cloud in our future, but it doesn't look super menacing as of yet, but stay tuned. The whole journey. Carlos is fighting me. Nice work. I have a feeling I'm gonna blow 100 memory cards up here just on all the cool stuff to see. We just started.
Yeah, I just had to look at the road.
Brian's anticipating the challenging rock section that's coming up.
Go ahead.
We had to move some pretty low branches with another stick so that it wouldn't rip off our cube lights. So that's the first section we've run into that has really low branches, and they're not thin enough to just snap off. FYI. Just saw a glimpse of what's to come. If this could be scratch and sniff, it smells like a lilac bush. I'm hearing sniffs.
You're so wow.
Rule of thumb, the gate's closed when you drive through. You gotta close it. If the gate is open, leave it open. And a lot of ranchers that have little temporary structures up here.
Oh yeah. You're like a wagon and a tent.
Yeah. Easy, ladies.
Easy. You only want to be.
Jesus. So dumb. Carlos.
Oh, Carlos, what you think?
Gosh, look at this guy.
Uh-oh. Hold on, guy. Hold on, guys. There's a couple dudes in there.
Carlosy. It's okay, Bubby. Alright, just finished our first leg. Wasn't bad. And then we have our first kind of pit stop on here, which is Bear Lodge, which has gas, food, water, whatever you need, services.
I hope they have cheese.
I bet you they have cheese. Yeah, I think they have a little market and stuff, so we're gonna top off gas for the next leg, even though we're still pretty full. And I wanna go check out the store.
Really?
Bear Lodge was awesome.
It was a must stop.
Must stop. Nothing in the store, by the way. There was like a handful of things, but a little cafe in there. There were some people eating, kind of like a diner, and then a really cool bar. I wanted to stop and have Bloody Marys, and Brian said no, because we need to stay on schedule because of the Idaho incident. So
we have to have a successful mission.
I know.
And we got 8 days to get this done.
It was a really cool bar, and there was a real life cowboy in there with spurs and all, who said, "Ma'am." And I really wanted to have a Bloody Mary with that guy.
I wasn't there.
No. So
I'm just man business.
Brian's being a fun hater this morning and sticking to schedule, which I'll thank him later for it. Right now, not so much. So just started section that encompasses Woodchuck Pass.
The dreaded.
Yeah, Brian's
Woodchuck.
pretty amped up about this Woodchuck Pass, so we're gonna see if it's all for naught.
It's the most difficult thing on the trip, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh
But
man, that is a hole.
that is a big hole.
This is rutted.
Yeah, this is rutted.
You
We're gonna get through this.
You got it.
We're gonna get through this rut. And
Come on, man.
van people, this video is mainly for you to show you if you can or can't do this. It's a little rocky, a little rutted, but nothing major. Just gotta go slow. Brian's got his sunflower seeds.
We've
that
been
he's
on
not
it for
sharing
like
with me.
3 minutes, Marisha. I don't think we can do any assessments yet.
So far, so good. How about that? No.
Got here.
This looks
This is a situation.
gnarly.
This might be a game. This might be a... I don't know, man.
Let's go walk it.
We gotta walk it in this mud.
This doesn't look bad
It doesn't?
on camera,
Oh.
but it is. Yeah, this is really ruddy and really rocky.
If it wasn't muddy, we could do it. I see a couple angles, but being that there's mud.
There is a workaround. There is a detour workaround, but
yeah, you're missing the whole pass.
we really wanted to do this, yeah, and not do the workaround.
It's sandy a little bit.
It is. It's like soft on top, but it doesn't look super deep.
I mean, we could pile some shit in here. If I could get one tire up on here and just miss this rock.
That seems like a slide hazard, because then you'd slide and you'd possibly bottom out on that rock. Yes, we put logs in there. Don't get mad. For this beast, it would have made the rut 10 times deeper. You're good, you're on the logs. You're sinking now. It just pulverized those logs.
I wanted to do that.
Oh. I mean, it's moving the mud around, but you're not like sinking in it. You would almost have to just back up and make a clean run for it. All right, I think we're gonna make a clean run for it. Ooh. It's pretty gnarly. It is way softer than we thought it was. You're on. Go straight forward and you're going up. Straighten your tires. There you go. Don't angle any more to the right or your back tire is going to hit that rock. You're on that rock. It's just the running board.
That's bad. That's super bad.
There you go. You're good. It's not pinched or anything. Looking good. Looking good. You're on the rocks. You're on them. You're on them. You're good. Oh man, that was awesome. You got it. You got it. Holy crap. Nice work, Kals. Our destruction, our devastation of what we left behind. Holy crap. When you were kind of sitting in the mud bog, it was like an inch from the skid plate. Yikes. All right, let's clear out our crap. All right, we cleared out our trading wheels and Brian's assessing the damage.
Couple things there.
So we dinged a couple things.
Water tank is good.
And then we messed up our exhaust pipe a little bit.
I don't think that's that big of a deal.
It kind of sprang back. Just need to get that out of there. Good? Nice.
Rain, I need some pliers.
Some more muck. Brian's gonna scope out our... I'm so glad I'm wearing my like work lumberjack caftan today. Just trash all my stuff. Yeah. Today's the ruddy, rocky section for sure. Mr. Just Add Bacon is picking his line. We just hope we don't have to go backwards and go down that thing. All right. Nice. That was smooth sailing.
Run around.
Yeah,
we've
bro.
gone like 2 miles.
Gnarlier
This
stuff.
is freaking gnarly stuff.
Yeah, so people can see what it's like. Definitely doable, Sprinter van people so far, but you definitely gotta know what you're doing on the off-road part of things. That's more gnarl.
Call this rock garden, Maurice.
Yeah, this is definitely the rock garden. Good driving.
Oh,
What was that?
yeah, those cubes, man, take a beating. These low branches.
Yeah, they do.
Gets caught on it each time.
Frickin' rock garden does not quit. Straighten out though. Straighten out. All right, we got another obstacle. Ooh, we're not even filming them all because there's so many. This one, you have to be a straddle, but that still might be...
We have a long wheelbase, so it's the center of the van. They can get hung up on that.
I can see some tire tracks over there.
The whole vehicle to the right, but will that be any different than just straddling it? It's not really... When you look here, it's 4 inches. It's when this tire gets down to here. The back tire's up. If the back tire can lift up a little bit, I think we might be all right.
That's so you can go further to the left and not rip the cube off the top of our van. You're looking pretty good. You might want to slightly, there you go, perfect. Nope, angle it up, there you go. That's clearer. That's why I'm trying to get you this way. You're good. If you keep your tires exactly where they're at. Strafing, but not horrendously. You're about to go off that rock, but you look pretty clear. You're good. You're clear over here on everything. Woo! Barely. If you keep your tires exactly where they're at.
And then the passengers will probably
Be right, yeah, right about there.
And then it's gonna go up onto here. Passenger here.
So far, so good. Good, good.
You got any thoughts? Are you watching that back?
Well, needless to say, Section 7 was a bit of a challenge. It was one obstacle after another. Mostly deep ruts from recent rain and exposed rocks that seemed to be a little challenging for the clearance of our Sprinter van. Definitely still doable though, with a little bit of patience and ingenuity.
Oh wow, rock garden was intense, but we just came out. It's called wood rock.
Yeah, no
We hit
wonder.
a bunch of trees and we hit a bunch of rocks, and it's wood rock.
Yeah.
Now we're on this interstate.
Look at this interstate, this gravel interstate.
Oh wow,
That was
brutal. Holy crap.
We didn't even film all the obstacles, but we got a lot of them just to give you an idea. We filmed all the worst ones, I guess. We'll highlight what section that was on the trail map if you're gonna do this in a Sprinter or a Rebel specific.
You have to have four-wheel drive, 100%.
And you gotta kind of know what you're doing. Like a lot of that stuff we still got stuck, but Brian's just a really good, he's been off-road driving, rock crawling kind of stuff back in our Jeep days for a really long time, so he knows how to like where to place the tires.
Yeah, you do have to have some experience, and you have to have four-wheel drive, and you have to have a little bit of a lift. We have a 4-inch lift from the Mercedes factory. No way you can make that without that. Like, if you
No
just
way.
have a conversion two-wheel drive and didn't lift it, it would not make it.
There is a bypass around this part. If you don't want to deal with what you just saw, then I would go around because it's kind of a lot of it and a long ways, and you're not up for the stressful part of it or potentially breaking something. I would go around, but if you've got some experience and you're not afraid, go for it. So far it is doable. It just takes forever.
Oh yeah, splash dams.
Splash dams.
Splash dams were part of an old transportation system for moving logs and railroad ties from forests to sawmills in the valley. Logs were stored in water behind small dams. From there, they were released through a gate, flushed into holding ponds, and then carried through wooden V-shaped flumes to select mills. Ties moving through these flumes were reported to reach 80 miles an hour.
80 miles an hour, the Maurice.
Jesus.
Splash dams.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. That's cold, huh?
Yeah, it's chilly.
Good.
Good job.
There you go.
Brian won't stop saying, splash dance.
Splash dams.
Ooh, water crossing.
What?
This is way bigger than my water crossing that I did.
We just got done saying, wow, Woodchuck Pass. I'm not really sure what all the hype was about.
I don't know, let's come up and walk this.
Got some good ruts. A lot of rock. Really, really rutted. And then looks like some people had done some workarounds, but it is a mud pit. The van doesn't do mud well. It's too heavy. Especially if we have to go up. It's ruts and mud and rock. So that is a no-go. But how to get through it is the question.
It's a lot of swerving and weaving.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the other side looks like.
No.
God, is it worth hiking all the way to the top?
Probably. All right. I'm not going to be able to film this whole thing because I'm going to have my hands full.
It took us over an hour to get through this one section. This was a really tricky one to get through, and you don't get to watch any of it because the wind blew the GoPro over.
All right, we got more crap to check out. 5 minutes.
Terrain, they call it, Bree.
Yeah, terrain. We got more.
Terrain.
Did I say crap?
I hope it doesn't rain.
If it rains, we're camping up here. So we're going to check out our new spot. Once we get to the top of that ridge, we're hopeful. But Carlos, with the poop.
Oh man, come on.
Ew!
Come on, dude.
Oh, he sampled some bear, some deer, some rabbit, some coyote. He has a very sophisticated poop palette. And this. Well, Carlos is sinking pretty good. How about it? Yeah, a skirt around.
There's a rock right there too, because this is the kind of stuff you've gone through.
Yeah, I see the rock. These coming out are a little gnarly.
We had checked every possible scenario to get around this. Everywhere you looked was deep mud, deep ruts, and big rocks.
Oh, what happened today? We're sleeping on the side of the trail, first of all.
We keep taking these like advanced trails with these massive ruts and rocks, and it's just not working out for us.
Note, if you want to try and do the BDR Wyoming,
skip Woodchuck Pass.
Take the workaround. You're not necessarily skipping it. Take the workaround.
Yeah.
It's stressful. It's hard. It's
slow slog.
Yeah, and really, really high probability of breaking your van.
Maybe, yeah. Do some damage to it for sure. If you had a lift and you got a locking rear diff on it, it's still going to be really slow. Even if you had a Jeep Wrangler lifted and all that, it's still going to be slow. That's all there is to it to go up and over this. It's not, unless you have a side-by-side or a quad, that you could actually just kind of zoom through it.
Yeah, and there's some little workarounds that those guys can go through, but a wider base can't fit because the rocks are just too big and the ruts are way too deep. And we kind of hit a turnaround point and talked to some guys on side-by-side who were coming the opposite direction, and they were like, it's basically more of this.
More boulders.
But bigger rocks, and we were like...
Bigger rocks and narrower in the trees, because the trees are really narrow coming up on this too. A lot of overhanging stuff that gets caught up in your rack, which isn't that big of a deal depending on what you got up there. But yeah, more of that going down the other side, even narrower.
He said it was scraping the sides of his
side-by-side,
and they're half the width of this.
So anyway.
A lot of rain created a lot of these ruts, but I don't think it would matter. I think you would just have different...
Hopefully it doesn't rain tonight.
Different ruts, right?
Clouds are moving in, and that's going to be a whole nother deal.
Yeah. We don't want to go there. We're camping on the trail?
We're going to make it through this thing. Not all of our videos end in defeat.
Well, we're going to backtrack out. We're going to take the workaround and get back on. And we're going to do the rest of it.
A-okay.
That's what the workarounds are for.
A-okay.
There are motorcycle people that do the workarounds.
That is true.
So, and this trail's for them.
Really
we're not defeated yet.
Probably do it in Tacoma, but there might be some damage to it maybe a little bit. Hope you're on your couch at home.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Hope you're enjoying your couch. And then we can't go outside.
We
can't go outside. It's only 6:45 p.m. and we can't go outside.
The mozzies are insane.
Because the bugs are nuts. Mosquitoes and these little black bitey bugs too. So
I'm lightheaded. I lost so much blood today.
Carlos is going nuts back there. We're gonna go. We're gonna enjoy our evening. See you guys tomorrow. Thinking about having a dog in the van. Look at that. That's from just this afternoon. Mr. Carlos.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us on day 1 of the BDR Wyoming. Let's hope days 2 through 7 bring us a little more luck. See you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Adventure is calling.